my name is Tasha Dutcher, and today I'm going to discuss a case study along with how I would go about making decisions if I was in the scenario that we're going to discuss. I will also talk about a strategic plan as an administrator that could play in to the scenario. This is the agenda for our presentation today. First, I would like to go over the details of the case study. An administrator of a healthcare organization recently received a new set of employees after the company reorganized. After 2 months of this new arrangement, an employee asked for their annual review from their new administrator. The administrator is reluctant to do this since they've only known the employee's work ethic for 2 months. This creates a frenzy of things. The previous manager of the employee is refusing to complete the annual review. They are fearful that it will make them look bad to human resources because they did not complete the review before the transfer as they were instructed. The manager, the administrator that we're discussing, then talked to her superior or their superior, that instructed them to get rid of previous forms stating the dates of transferring and make false ones stating that the employee had been there for a year so that they could complete the new annual review. The manager did tell them that it's not illegal in the company and that it is okay. So she did not feel, or I'm just going to say she for this scenario, she did not feel it was a good idea. So she went and discussed it with human resources without kind of mentioning details of who it was. And they did say they're correct. It's not illegal within the company, but that if she did not feel okay doing this, that she should talk to her manager again, which again, she was reluctant to do. Just because she doesn't think that this leader is someone she can discuss something again. She doesn't think that they're going to be okay telling her what to do again since they've already talked about it. After this, the leader has a decision. Are they going to do what instructed and get rid of the forms, or are they going to push back and discuss with the manager again? What would I do? What would you do? I would not change the documents. I would not change any kind of documents at all within a workplace unless it's something that, it's not removing documentation, more so adding documentation. Even though it says it's not illegal within a company, is it ethically correct? When something's completed wrong and then followed up with covering it up or another error, that can be bad business and it creates a terrible work ethic. In healthcare, you want to be able to trust those that you work with, and you're both there to help and care for patients, even though on the administration side of things, you need to be trustworthy. I personally would discuss with the superior again, even if I was worried about retaliation or them getting upset. I feel like I would still discuss with them because in this organization, it seems like there's not open communication. But the only way to improve that is to create change. So I would bring it up to the administrator again and let them know, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Quite frankly, I would feel uneasy that this is happening and that it's so regular to know were my forms changed or, anything like that. Are they changing things without notifying me? And then I also would probably feel uneasy, if I did change the forms, maybe if human resources is going to come back to me after the fact. I would not feel right doing that. But what happens next? So my personal course of action would be to use the ethical framework of core values to make a plan to improve the process. Obviously, there's errors happening, and there needs to be set in rules for annual reviews, as well as altering paperwork out of fear. I feel like, I know in the clinical side of things, when you alter anything, you have to initial it and you have to, someone has to witness you just to verify that it's being completed correctly and in good standing manner. So maybe that's something that needs to be put into implementation for this. An organization, needs to be ran on trust and communication, and clearly this situation was not ran on that. So I would set up training modules on how communication in a professional setting should be open and welcomed, but also I would want to include a human resources within this, because it seems like there is a lot of fear of human resources in this organization. Core values involve updated policies, training, and communication that create the framework of a business. In this case, the business is healthcare, and it's a healthcare organization. If this plan is not welcomed, this would be a tall sign to me that the organization was not a good career choice, and I would not want to be a part of a crooked company that's allowing such actions. Hopefully, because they have allowed me to come in as an administrator, they would also allow me to help make those new frameworks and create decisions and processes that will help prevent errors and the thought of, is this illegal, or is someone going to come back and retaliate against me just because I made a mistake? That shouldn't happen within an organization, and I would make sure that there is set up so that cannot happen. But what would you do? Would you change the paperwork? Or would you stick to your guns and say you are not changing anything? But that will conclude the presentation, and the next slide will discuss the resources that I used. Thank you.